This is the Enjoy Life podcast, here to help you choose your mindset, goals, and actions so that you can guide your life in the direction that you want it to go and enjoy it. It does take a little bit of work, some effort on your part, but that effort is worth it because this is your life and you can experience the benefits of the work that you do. And this podcast is here to help. Life doesn't magically turn out exactly how you want. It's up to you to make it happen. Now, you may not have chosen to be exactly where you're at right now in your current situation, but you will choose what you do about it. If you're ready to put forth a little bit of effort, take some small steps toward living the life that you want, then you're in the right place. Let's get started. Welcome to the Enjoy Life podcast. I'm your host, Nick Mazie. Welcome to episode 121 of the Enjoy Life podcast. Wow. I like that. I love putting down this podcast for you, and I'm thrilled that you're joining in, that you're listening in, that you're hearing this message that I've got prepared for you, so that you can take steps toward the life that you want. You know, you're determined that, hey, I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm not going to just let it haphazardly go in any direction. I'm going to choose my mindset, goals, and actions so that I can guide my life to go in the direction that I want to go. I hope that those are things that you're saying, that you're on board with, or at least open to the the possibility. You know, that might be able to serve you, that message might be able to serve you, and that's why you're listening in on this podcast. That's why you're checking it out, because you said, you know what, I might be able to do something to make my life more how I want it to be. If you're open to that thought, then you're in the right place. I'm glad that you're here, and I can't wait to share with you today's episode. But before that, just one quick note. If you like anything that you hear, please rate and review this podcast. I want you to be thinking about that as you listen to this, because there's like 700,000 and by now probably more podcasts out there. And if you take just a minute to rate and review or to share it, it's a huge help to having more people find it. All right, so let's just go ahead and dive into this episode. Recently, I led a small group where I talked about just some different things to make the most of these times and to kind of care for ourselves a little bit. And one of the key points was all about fun. Just fun, enjoying. And so I'd love to share that with you. It seems kind of in line with this podcast, Enjoy Life. So we're just going to dive into some of the different things that I was sharing with the group. And the first one was just really about, being intentional. We talk about, you don't achieve your goals by accident. But, also, enjoying life, and making the most of it and just kind of, trying to enjoy it, making it good. That doesn't just happen all on its own. Now, for most of us, for me, no, it takes effort. You got to do some things. You got to be intentional. Now, if life's just wonderfully blissful for you and you don't never have to do anything or put forth any effort, that's awesome. Good for you. If you're not, if you're like me or what I believe many of us, then it takes about being intentional and just kind of choosing what we're doing and all that. And when you're intentional, with your life and your actions and your mindset, when you're saying, I'm going to choose, I'm going to take ownership of this and I'm going to make it happen because I can choose these things. That's like the first awesome step. It's an enormous step. It's a huge step, but it's an awesome step toward really enjoying your life more and realizing that you do have control and you can choose a lot of things. And these things that I'm about to share with you are things that you can choose to do. All right. So you're going to be intentional. And then the next thing is trying to be present. And this is a funny one, because sometimes when a situation's not exactly what we want it to be, when it's not so perfect or pleasant, then we don't want to be in the present. We try to think of being elsewhere and all that. But science doesn't really back that up. Trying to put ourselves in different situations mentally sometimes doesn't really help us to enjoy it anymore. Now, it is kind of nice to just kind of sit out on the porch and relax with my feet up and just imagine being somewhere nice. And it is kind of pleasant, but it doesn't lead to me really enjoying life to the fullest. Being present in the moment is huge. It's very helpful. Even if it's like the small, simple things. This is where, enjoying the really small things, like a cup of coffee in the morning, pausing for just a moment to really enjoy that. Or if you can sit outside, and have a cold glass of water on a warm day, and just pausing for a moment and really enjoying the present moment. For me, a lot of times it's with my family. Now, there might be some yelling and screaming and some craziness going on, but just slowing down and realizing that, life is good. I'm alive right now, and I really can choose to make the most of it. And being present in that moment man, it is huge when it talks to, there's simple things that you can do, that I can do to really enjoy life more, just to be present. And another super simple thing that you can do, that I can do, is to smile more. Now, this is something that actually, this goes back to me being intentional, because for me, this is something that I actually got to put a little bit of effort into. I just don't smile naturally all the time. And so I guess some people do. But for me, this is one of the ones that takes more effort than a lot of other ones. Some things just come a little bit more naturally to me, but this one doesn't, for whatever reason. And so, but I know a little bit of the science behind it. I know that smiling can help me to enjoy life. It can help me to enjoy the situation and that present moment more. And if the more that I do it, it just helps me to enjoy things more, let alone it's a good impression on other people, and it kind of lightens the mood, and they might smile back. This is a powerful thing. It is very, very simple, and it's just smile more. With some of the neat science behind it is that the brain believes the body a lot of times. So if I'm smiling, my brain's thinking, well, golly, he must be enjoying himself because he's smiling. Otherwise, he wouldn't be. And it actually does help to enjoy whatever we're doing a little bit more by smiling. Simple, yes. It takes a little bit of effort, yes. Powerful? Oh, yes. So, one of the things that you could be doing to maximize your enjoyment is just to smile more. And then the next one is about just reminding ourselves of the fun. We got to be intentional and try to have some fun, but then also remind ourselves of the fun. It can be easy to get swept away in the chaos or the busyness or all the other stuff and forget that, we enjoyed ourselves a little bit doing whatever it was that we enjoyed doing. So reminding ourselves of the fun by kind of like recalling it, thinking about it, sharing it with somebody, talk about it. And when you talk about it and you repeat it and you recall it and all that, it helps to kind of bring it back into the mind of enjoying. And I'm not talking about just kind of reminiscing over the past, but reminding ourselves of the fun and kind of talking about it with our close friends, family, or anybody. In just a positive way, it helps us to relive it a little bit, and it can do wonders for realizing that life can be good. Even when the situation is not the best, or there's things that we can't do, or we prefer to be different. Focusing back on some of the positive good things, which having fun and enjoying ourselves is a positive good thing. Intentionally focusing back on that, it can do wonders for life. Now, these things do take a little bit of effort. That's why I started off with being intentional. It's not that these things just happen naturally or easily. It's not a ton of efforts you have to do, but you got to be intentional about it. To be present in the present moment and to smile a little bit more and to remind yourself of having fun and to have a little bit of fun and then recall it and share it, especially the people that you were with. Help them to enjoy it even more by bringing it up again or talking about how you appreciated the time together. Once again, it's just shifting back to that positive that is so helpful for us. It does take effort, it takes the energy, it takes being intentional, but you can do it. You can do it. This is one of those things that you can choose to do. Even in tough, challenging times, you can choose to do these things, and then you can enjoy your life more. Seems like a no-brainer to me. So here's to you being intentional and making the most of your time and maximizing your enjoyment. And that's one thing that I want for you. In fact, I'd love to hear from you on this. I'd love to hear from you on this. Send me a DM on Instagram and just tell me the fun that you're having and how you're choosing to enjoy life more, even when these times might be challenging. Yes, send me a DM on Instagram and tell me about that. I'd love to hear that. It's at Nick Mazey, and connect with me on there. That'd be great. It would really make my day. And maybe one of the things that would help you to enjoy life more, maximize your enjoyment, is to really make some progress on these goals that you have that are important to you. Now, your goals that you really want to achieve, you got to make sure that they're powerful, that they're the kind of goals that are going to pull you toward achieving them and the life that you want. They're just going to drive you forward because they're so powerful. They call you, they resonate with you to such a great degree that you have to pursue them with all that you have. And so what I've done is I've made it just like a 7-point checklist for powerful goals. Check this out and see how your goals stack up. Are they the kind of goals that are going to really pull you toward them so that you can achieve them? You just go to nickmazey.com/goals7. Get the simple checklist, see how your goals stack up, and if there's little areas that you can make adjustments to so that you can really make them powerful, so that you can make the progress that you want and lead your life to go in the direction that you want it to go. Once again, that's nickmazey.com/goals7. It's GOALS and then the number 7. Get it there and take advantage of this time to make the progress that you want for your life. Well, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait to talk to you again next week. All right, take care.